And welcome back to my channel. My name's Alicia if you're new here, and if you're not, then thanks for coming back. So today I've created this prom/graduation makeup look. I love the way that it turned out. My hair is just shoved into a bun, so I'm sure that you can do a better job on the hair front. However, I love this makeup look. It's nice and natural, if you will. This bit of hair is driving me bonkers. Go down. That's what happens when you try and do your hair quickly. So anyway, this look is nice, it's natural, well, natural-ish, and I think that it's really nice for prom/graduation. It is sweat-proof, flashback-proof, is that what it's called? Flashback? I think it's called flashback proof, where you can, yeah, you know what I mean. So anyway, if you are still here and still listening to me, then please keep on watching if you want to see how I created this look, and don't forget to subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up if you like the look. So I am going to start this video, and I've already done my eyebrows and put some foundation on. I did it off camera just because you can see it in all of my other videos and it's a little bit boring to watch. But I used the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, mine's in the shade 330. And next I'm going to do concealer. However, I'm not actually going to use concealer. So this is a trick that I like to do when I'm going out, because I personally find that my concealer starts to kind of like wear off after a couple of hours of like heavy dancing. So instead I'm going to use a lighter foundation underneath my eyes and to highlight my face, and then I'm going to use a lighter powder to kind of highlight with that foundation rather than using a concealer. Odd little kind of thing to do, I know, but it definitely works for me, so it might work for you too. So I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible, inflammable. I actually don't know how you say this. Is that really bad? But I'm using that, and it's in the shade 32 Amber. This is how you spell it, if anybody actually knows how to say it, because I don't. So I'm just going to apply that under my eyes and on my chin and on my forehead, and then blend that in with the same brush that I used for my foundation to keep it all blending together. And another little trick that I'm just going to put out there is once I do my foundation and concealer, I always do my eyebrows first, so they're always already there. And to make them kind of look a little bit more natural, if you will, I like to take the brush that I applied foundation or concealer with, in this case both, and I just brush it right over them inner corners of the brows, and that helps to give that kind of ombre look. And then if you just go back in, obviously with your eyebrow brush, and you can just kind of fix them up and make sure that they're still the shape that you want, and you can see that that blends out the inner corners to give that kind of faded ombre look that we would naturally have if we had eyebrows, but I overplucked them as a child, so don't have any. So next I'm going to powder my face, and I'm using the W7 Banana Dreams powder. Love this powder. If you've watched my other videos, you will know how much I love it. So I'm just going to apply that under my eyes and all over my face and brush it straight off. And then I'm going to bake my nose. I don't bake the rest of my face because I have dry skin, so it goes crusty, which sounds disgusting, but it does. So I'm just going to bake down the sides of my nose, which you'll see. Leave that on for kind of 2 to 5 minutes, just let it sit. So I just wiped off that powder from my nose, and I am going to move on to my eyes now. So I'm just going to zoom you in. Use the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm also going to use the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette. I love both of these palettes for my eyes. The tones are beautiful. The only thing that I am slightly sad about with the Jaclyn Hill palette is that the shades are on the back, not on the front. So it's really tricky to kind of find what shade you're using, because there's obviously a lot of shades. And then to correlate that to the camera. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a shade, and down here on the bottom I will put what shade I'm using, rather than constantly having to kind of hold it up and mess around with it. So I'm going to take my first shade. I'm also so sad that it doesn't have a mirror on it. I mean, it's obviously got this beautiful message, but there's no mirror. Just focus myself. The message is obviously beautiful, but it's got no mirror, so it's kind of sad. So I'm going to take my first transition shade and apply that straight in my crease. Now I'm going to take the shade Blazing, which is this beautiful orange colour from the Huda Beauty palette. And it's probably my favourite colour of all eyeshadows, because it goes with everything and it looks so stunning in the crease. So I'm going to just apply that all over my crease on top of that first shade and blend them together. I'm going to start intensifying my eyes. So I'm going to go in with a slightly darker brown from the Jaclyn Hill palette and pop that in the outer corners of my eyes. So first I like to stamp. And then start to blend. And I'm using the same brush pretty much for the whole way through the blending process, just because before I started YouTube I would watch YouTube tutorials to kind of, you know, learn how to do makeup, and I found that kind of people who did the tutorials would have so many brushes. And I mean, when you first start out doing your makeup, and anyone going to prom or graduation, anything like that, they're probably not going to have much money to buy all these brushes. So, I mean, now I obviously have an elaborate set of brushes, but back when I, you know, was kind of looking up how to do makeup, I didn't have that many brushes. So I'm just going to keep it to the same brush the whole way through the blending process, so you can see that you don't need fancy brushes to do nice looks. So I'm just applying that straight on the outer edges. And you can see that I just stamp. And I'm going to go back in with the shade Blazing, just to help blend that out. Quite dark at first, but don't worry, because it will start to become lighter as the look goes on. So next I'm going to take the yellow shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to use this on the edges. This is a colour that I am obsessed with for blending out edges. It just leaves the most beautiful little kind of ombre effect on the eyes. So just going to apply that on top. Start to flick out the edges. So I'm going to take the goldish tone from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and with my finger, and sorry that I'm using my middle finger, it's already on there, I'm going to apply this on my eyelid, and I'm just keeping it in the inner section. Eyeliner. I'm using an eyeliner by number 7. It's called the Stay Perfect Liquid Eyeliner, and I'm just going to do a wing. And then I'm going to apply a black pencil, eye pencil into my waterline. I'm not actually sure what this is by, because it's all of them that I've had in my makeup box for so long, it's like rubbed off. Anyone will do. I'm just going to apply that into my waterline and tightline my eyes. So my eyes aren't quite as bright as I want them to be, so I'm going to go back in with my Huda Beauty palette, and I'm going to take a shade from there, and I'm just going to use a teeny weeny little eyeshadow brush. This is a number 7 brush, but I love that it's fluffy, so you can blend with it, but you can press with it too. So I'm going to apply the shade Nefertiti, not a clue how you say it, but I'm going to apply that on top of the goldish tone. And I'm going to apply some bronzer, so I'm using the Bourjois, the bronzing powder, the chocolate one. This is another OG that I love using because I know that it works. I'm going to just zoom you out a little bit. Oh, wrong way. So I'm going to use this on my cheeks to bronze up my face. And then I'm going to take shade SBN from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And next I'm going to take the shade SBN from the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette, which might seem odd, but it's how I roll. And I'm going to just apply that as a contour on my face. So I'm just going to apply that under here. And you can see that it's like the perfect shade. And because her eyeshadows are so creamy, they just blend into your face as well. I'm going to do a little bit of nose contouring, just a tiny little bit. So I'm using another shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I do it really, really gently. I just realised that I wasn't in focus that whole time. I hope that you could guess what I was doing there. And then I just like to use my powder brush and blend out that contour, especially this line here. And then I'm going to highlight, so I'm using the shade Sissy and Latte Lady from the Jaclyn Hill palette as well. And I'm applying that on my brow bone. Such a beautiful shade. And then I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. And now I'm going to use a highlighter. I'm going to first of all use the Makeup Academy's Shimmer Highlight Powder, and it's in the shade Cashmere, Radiant Cashmere. And I'm just going to apply that on my nose. I'm using this teeny weeny little Real Techniques brush. I'm going to apply a dot on my nose and a line. On my cheeks, I'm going to use the Laura Geller Gilded Honey Highlighter. Mine has almost gone, so I'm going to definitely purchase a new one because it's probably my favourite highlighter. And I'm going to just apply that on my cheekbones. And obviously, because it is an occasion, you want to be popping, so I am going to apply a lot of that. Go in with a face brush and just dab out those areas underneath the highlight. And then I'm going to take the Bare Minerals, this is the full Flawless Face brush, and I just like to use this right at the end just to blend everything together and make sure that there's no kind of really harsh lines. I'm going to go back to my eyes. I'm going to apply some mascara. So I'm using a number 7 mascara called Midnight Lash. It's a nice mascara. It's not the best one I've ever used, but it does the job. And it is waterproof, so that is necessary for prom or graduation. Sorry, I'm not sure why my camera keeps going out of focus. Hopefully it will fix up because I've got videos to film. And just whilst my lashes dry, I'm going to do my lips. So So I like to, and again, it's another really weird little thing that I do, but I actually apply an eyeshadow as my lip liner. I've been doing this for so long because you can blend out an eyeshadow much easier than a lip liner. So when we overline our lips, you can blend around it and it looks so much more natural than overdrawn lips with lip liner. So I just take my brush that I do my eyebrows with. This is an EcoTools angled brush, and I slightly overline my lips. Finger, any finger will do, and I just blend that all out with my finger, just lightly, not too much. You've had an instant lip job without actually having to go through having lip fillers. So for my lips, I'm going to use a crayon by number 7. It's a lip crayon, however, it doesn't actually have a name or number on it, I just noticed. So I will look it up online and put it down below like I do with the rest of all of my makeup products. So I'm going to just apply that on my lips first of all. And to blend, I'm just using this brush by Real Techniques. On top of that, I'm just using a tiny little dot of this retro matte lipstick lip colour. It's called Metal Rose. It's number 133. It's like a metallic lipstick, which I've never really seen before. My partner actually bought it for me, and at first I didn't really like it, and I've actually grown to love it. It's really nice for occasions. So I'm just going to apply a dot of that over the top. Eyelashes on, and I will be back in a second to show you the finished look. So this is the finished look. I just applied some eyelashes and some setting spray. I love how this look turned out. I think that it's beautiful for graduation or prom. I mean, my hair is shoved into a bun, but it's a really nice look. Everything is set so that if you are dancing all night long, taking pictures, everything that I've used will not have flashback and is sweat proof, so you will not be dripping anywhere or on anyone. So if you enjoyed this look, then please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below to see all of my new videos that I will be creating, and leave a comment down below if there's anything that you'd like me to do or anything that you'd like to see. I'd love some inspiration for my channel, and check out my other videos. I will link them up here. Thanks for watching.